Mushroom mega, the colors don't lie. Elephants dancing in a tie-dye sky. Mushroom mega, I'm losing my ground. The eagle's laughing, it's spinning around. Monuments growing like towering trees. Marble vines creeping, they're choking me. The White House drips in a lava flow. A rainbow Congress shout. The Capitol's melting like candle wax. Statues whisper secrets behind my back. I saw Lincoln blink, he gave me a wink. Is this a trip or some political sync? Mushroom mega, the colors don't lie. Elephants dancing.
All right, check. Check. 1, 2.
The Capitol's melting like candle wax. Statues whisper secrets behind my back. I saw Lincoln blink, he gave me a wink. Is this a trip or some political scene? Mushroom mega, the colors don't lie. Elephants dancing in a tie-dye sky. Mushroom mega, I'm losing my ground. The eagle's laughing, it's spinning around. Monuments growing like towering trees.
Oh, yes.
Marble vines creeping, they're choking me. The White House drips in a
my
lava
camera
flow.
All right.
A rainbow
All right.
Congress
All right.
shouts, we told you so.
All right. Oh, sorry, I have to shut off the music.
Is it the
Sorry, no fade on it. It would have been nice if it did. But hi, welcome to the show. Apparently, Trump's recategorization of cannabis is not going very well in terms of the right-wing response to it. Well, here. Hence my new AI song that I wrote today called Mushroom Mag.
Shrooms or democracy's doom? Can't tell the difference in this toxic bloom. Mushroom mega, the banners are blue.
Yeah, so they're very they're having a hard time. Welcome, see it? All right. Oh, my little curl. Yeah, it's popping up. Sorry. It's my attempt at Superman hair. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, I want to check in with the chat room. Hello. Let's see if you pop it. Hello. There they are. Welcome, everybody. Man, oh, live. Good to see you. It's happy Thursday, as best you can. Man, what a crazy-ass week it has been. And you think it's bad, like, I got to say, I am still not I gotta be honest. I mean, I'm still not over my dad, and I won't be for a very long time. And I've been managing pretty well to like goose my energy up for the show so we can have a proper show. But in between shows, I gotta say, there are days and where I just hit a wall. Like I just need to just, it's like no matter what I want to do, mopey energy just overwhelms me, and I just sit down and I'm in a daze. And I know that Rob Reiner's other children will be going through something similar for a very long time, and my heart breaks for them and for everybody who was friends with him. I mean, I just found out today that when the news broke, Billy Crystal, who was, I guess, lives in the neighborhood or was nearby, ran over to the house when he heard about it. I mean, just terrible. So, love to everybody impacted by that on a personal level. Not not the least of which is like the audience and fans and people who are reacting to it. So, my mic is low. I'll turn my mic up a little bit. How about that? I don't want to, because here's the thing. I'm going to get louder as the show goes on. You just know it because of what we're going to be covering. Yeah. This is, I gotta say, like, what is like passing for right-wing politics right now is insane. Like, we've been dealing with the Candace Owens, Erica Kirk shit, and Jimmy Dore dogpiling with her on it, and but it just doesn't stop. Like and then here's the thing, like ever since the Epstein, today is Epstein Eve. Happy Epstein Eve for all those who are celebrating, which I think is everybody except Donald Trump and like 8 billionaires and their buddies who are really scared of where this will point to. Ever since the July memo, maggots have been dragging this, it's like somebody attached a gaff hook to their cheek and attached that via a chain to a boulder. And as sunshiny as they want to be about Trump's bullshit, they are dragging this rock around with a hook in their face. How's okay? Oh, thank you so much, Baltanos. Bless your heart. I get it. I totally get it. Yeah. One day we'll talk about the story of Summer's dad and all that stuff if she wants to, and it's it's just a thing. And I've been my feeling about grief is, and I want to be clear about this. My feeling about grief is that it shows up for everybody differently, but also it is crucial that grief not make the loss of one life two, and that it has to be something real that you experience that's based on the sorrow and the truth of what you're feeling, but it should never surpass that to the point where it excuses you from living. And that's a difficult balance to walk, I would imagine, for everyone. And I'm, committed to that in my life. And I guess it's times like these when your commitment to those, untested ideas gets tested. Speaking of testing the limits, last night's Trump-a-thon. Okay, we're going to get straight into this because most people just watch this in shock and we're like, oh God, it's going to be an hour-long sit-down or something. This reminds me of the post-January 6th videos, if you recall, where he was standing in the same room, except he was not surrounded by shrubbery. A shrubbery! And where he was just panicked and shouting and insisting that reality be different than it is. We're going to jump straight into it and cover the entirety of it. But apparently after this, when it finished, he said there were plenty of reporters present. Multiple reporters heard him saying to people that Susie Wiles made him do this, and that she basically sold it to him on the idea that it would be less than 20 minutes. And that had to be it. He's got to be done in 20 minutes. Hence the rushing, because Trump, like, he can't read, and so the way he fixes when he misreads something is by repeating it and doubling down. And so every time he did that, and of course there was salivating because they had him gacked up on God knows what, whatever the mix is. You'll have to ask Noel Kessler. We need to have him on the show to explain the recipe again, though I don't want anybody to make it. But afterwards he said Susie Wiles made him is the key. And that's why he was like in a big hurry to get it done. This is also way past his current sundowning window. Hit that like, share the show. It's Hal Sparks Mega Worldwide, the greatest live stream in the history of live streams. You know it. He was also... mess. Oh, sorry. Here we go.
In America, 11 months ago, I inherited a mess.
Yeah. Okay, so right out of the gate, bitching about the situation he was given. True leadership.
And I'm fixing it. When I took office, inflation was the worst in 48 years.
No, it wasn't. The worst inflation we got in 48 years was actually from the year right after COVID. It was like 21 into 22.
And some would
and it was coming down.
Say in the history of our country.
Yeah, you. That's it. You're the only person who would say this.
Which caused prices to be higher than ever before, making...
Prices are always higher than ever before. We always have 2% inflation as a standard. Dumbass. They're always higher. They just went up higher faster because we were coming out of COVID, which you punted in every possible area.
Life unaffordable for millions and millions of Americans.
Yes, people couldn't pay their life tax and therefore died of acute poverty.
This happened during a Democrat administration.
By the way, does this asshole think cost of living means literally that, like, people who aren't super rich have to pay, like, a fee to stay alive?
And it's when we first began hearing the word affordability. Our border was open, and because of this, our country was being invaded by an army of 25 million people, many who came from prisons and jails, mental institutions, and insane asylums.
Both, if not also. By the way, this is for those of you that recognize this as, I guess, stump speech muscle memory. That's key to it. There apparently is a clock in front of him, so he knows how much time he's made. So he starts at a relatively even pace and then starts kicking up because he's running out of time, which is why he ended so frantic.
They were drug dealers, gang members.
Crazy drug dealers and wacky gang members. It's schizophrenic, bipolar, multiple personality disorder. All of them, like multiple MIGs from Silence of the Lambs, but I guess ambulatory enough to run a drug enterprise. So.
And even 11,888 murders, more than 50% of whom killed more than one person.
More than 50% carry the two. Half the... Okay, so that's in line with, I guess, most murders in the country? Or maybe less. Most of the people who are in prison long-term are double murderers or greater.
This is what the Biden administration allowed to happen to our country.
That 11,000 number that he always quotes is like over the course of a decade or more.
And it can never be allowed to happen again.
Well, he's a little old to run again, so they'll have to settle for Newsom Kelly, I guess.
We had men playing in women's sports, transgender for everybody.
For everybody, and you become transgender, and you've got a penis, and you've got a penis, and you've got a penis. I'm sorry. Now you've got a vagina, and now you've got a vagina. It's the Oprah Winfreying of being transgender. Fuck.
Crime at record levels with law enforcement and
law enforcement.
Words such as that just
words such as law enforcement. Law enforcement came out as law enforcement. Check this again. And words such as that.
Record levels with law enforcement and words such as that just absolutely forbidden.
Yeah, you can't say enforcement or Lord help me, Lord enforcement. That's what it was. If you came around and you were saying Lord, they would give you a ticket. And words such as that. And words such as that. Wait, say that again.
And words such as that just
Is that one of those trick questions? Like the words such as that, like you can't say that anymore. You're not allowed. You have to say those or this, but you can't say that.
absolutely forbidden.
Yes, that is absolutely forbidden. This, thus, and those, maybe. I don't know. You're on thin ice, mister.
We had the worst trade deals ever made, and our country was laughed at from all over the world.
Right, yeah, because we had ever let you be president.
But they're not laughing anymore.
No, they're absolutely doubling over. It might look like crying.
Over the past 11 months, we have brought more positive change to Washington than any administration in American history.
So says I. I mean, if you don't count the destruction of the East Wing and Bongholio and Patel literally fucking up some of the most major attacks. We won't even get started. Like beyond Charlie Kirk and the Brown shooting, which they are totally, to borrow a phrase when from Susie Wiles, whiffed. How about that fucking Black Lotus clan that's apparently spreading out, trying to kill a bunch of people and, are linked to a bunch of murders, including maybe the MIT shooter, very possibly Brown.
There's never been anything like it. And
that's sort of true. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think, yeah, like if Step Brothers was a drama, maybe.
I think most would agree.
Moats would agree?
There's never been anything like it, and I think most would agree.
Moats would agree. And Moats, that's Jimmy Moats. It's a dude in his speechwriting thing, and he totally agrees.
I was elected in a landslide, winning the popular vote and all 7 swing states.
So why are my poll numbers in the shithouse?
And everything else with a
Thank you, CSL. And turds such as that.
mandate to take on a sick and corrupt system that really just took the wealth from people and crushed the dreams of the...
Sorry, it's extra. What was the word? What do you think the word was, everybody? We have to choose. What was the word that he was very possibly saying? Extraordinary, extrapolated, extricated, I have no idea. Let's listen to it again, and we're going to see if we can figure out what the word in the teleprompter is that he totally dodged.
Mandate to take on a sick and corrupt system that really just took the wealth from people and crushed the dreams of the American people for the last 4 years.
Extorted? Maybe that works. Extricated? Extracted. Ex machina. Extraordinarily sucked. Honestly, I don't know. He totally went straight by it. Listen to that.
And everything else with a mandate to take on a sick and corrupt system that really just took the wealth from people and
it did. It extra, read all about it.
Crushed the dreams of the American people for the last...
I don't know. Sorry. My dreams have never been crushed. I'm just saying. Like, what fucking kind of wuss do you have to be to have a change in government crush your dreams? Seriously, you think that happened during, I don't know, before the Revolutionary War? Were their dreams crushed until they uncrushed them? Get over yourself.
last 4 years, the United States was ruled by politicians who fought only for insiders, illegal aliens, career criminals, corporate lobbyists, prisoners, terrorists, and above all, foreign nations.
He's literally cutting deals and pardoning major drug cartel leaders. He's signing deals for golf courses with the UAE and Qatar. Qatar is probably the single biggest funder of terrorism throughout the Middle East and Africa. If they're not the direct funders for it, they're the pivot point by which the funding gets there, right? He's signing deals with them. Like Tucker Carlson is flying over there to be buddy with them. And never mind his fucking crypto schemes and shit like that. Oh, by the way, has anybody checked the Bitcoin numbers since Don Jr. and Eric got into that business about 4 months ago in a major way? It's almost you can track it back to their entry,
which took advantage of us at levels never seen before.
Yeah, nobody's ever seen it before or seen anything like it. Things like this that they've never seen before. People have just never seen anything like it that they've ever seen before. Just almost everything has never been seen before, and nobody's ever seen anything like it. Ever. Seen before like anything this. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get through this. Seriously.
They flooded your cities and towns with illegal aliens.
That you can't seem to find. 25, 35 million extra illegal aliens, and you still can't beat like Biden's deportation number. If that many people got in and nobody was getting turned away, completely open border, where the fuck are they? Where are they? Rounding up like a few dozen people that, in a Home Depot parking lot, which is something anybody can spot at any time, and aren't the dangerous people, or like running around the country like trying to get two guys off a fucking roof. It's not busloads and plane loads of hundreds of thousands of people who managed to flood in here and are, by the way, hiding among us, are completely fucking insane or massively dangerous criminals, murderers, rapists, everybody running all over the place, but you can't fucking find them. You can't. 11,000, 25 million illegals, right? All of them from insane asylums, mental institutions, just bum rushed into the United States. And you're bragging about 11,000, which is a number that's been on the books for a decade. Where are they? Where? Homan, all these assholes. There are more agents at these pickups than there are people they're catching. Where the fuck are they? All right, okay. Anyways, the border was wide open, something like that.
Decimated your hard-earned savings. They indoctrinated your children with hate for America. They just released a level of violent felons that we had never seen to prey on innocent. They caused war.
Just prey on the idea of innocent. Not innocence, like people who are innocent. The very just concept of being innocent. They released horrible criminals. By the way, largely the problem that he has is with state prosecutors and city DAs, which have next to nothing to do with the federal government. There were literally no, the most violent felons released by the federal government were his Jan 6 fucking pardons, including a child molester, a dude who was rearrested for domestic violence almost immediately. He released 1,600 people, at least 800 of which attacked police officers. Nobody has released more violent criminals in one fell swoop from the federal penitentiaries than this dickhead.
They caused mayhem.
Ma'am? Did I cause you ma'am? Hey, ma'am. You mean Mayhem? The dude in the fucking insurance commercials?
Prey on innocent. They caused
innocent something or other. I don't know. People, I think, might be People. I mean, it's a typical word. People's a funny word. You know what I mean? You might fuck around and say peephole, and then everybody goes, oh, it's interesting you brought up peephole, considering how close you were to Jeffrey Epstein. So I can understand how you might whiff the word people. Innocent. Fuck.
That we had never seen. I mean, they just released a level of violent felons that we had never seen to prey on innocent. They caused...
Just innocent. Yes. Innocent. Just, sorry. Why wouldn't he say people? Why is that hard?
Felons that we had never seen to prey on innocent. They caused war.
That's why. That's why. I had to turn up the second mic in the room, and that explains it. That's why he paused. He got the words right. My bad.
We had never seen to prey on innocent. They caused war.
Right. See, that's that's what it was. He just filled his diaper with soup just then. So
they caused mayhem.
Mayhem. They caused mayhem. Mister. Hey, Mister. Is that your mayhem? They caused mayhem.
Caused a horrible situation.
A horrible situation, also known as mayhem.
All over the globe, but now...
Sorry. They caused mayhem and a horrible situation all over the globe. Wait, does this asshole still think that Biden was president during COVID when it started?
You have a president...
Yes, that is what he has in his underpants.
And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family.
Yeah, they have a second mic running. It sounds like this. That's Walt Nauta has a special earpiece that allows him to hear that.
Who fights for the law-abiding, hardworking people of our country, the ones who make this nation run, who make this nation work. And after just 1 year, we have achieved more than anyone could have imagined.
Right, for your family and for your own personal wealth. Yeah.
Starting on day one, I took immediate action to stop the invasion of our southern border. For the past 7 months, 0 illegal aliens have been allowed into our country.
Okay. No. Nobody believes that 0 illegal immigration has happened in the last 7 months. And certainly not that anybody came via the southern border. That's just fucking goofy. So it sounds like, it'd be like, has been, even if you just said it's half a percentage point of what it used to be, and we're working on that all the time, due diligence, blah, blah, blah. But by saying 0, it just sounds like he's just making the number up, like he was the whole time.
Which everyone said was absolutely impossible.
It is impossible. It's an unfalsifiable because it's unknowable because he's the keeper of the numbers.
Do you remember when Joe Biden said that he needed Congress to pass legislation to help close the border?
Yes, and a lot of that funding was in your big BS bill. You had to do that too. Asshole. That's exactly what happened. That's how they pushed through the big GOP bill. Because they're like, we need to fund the extra shit he's doing at the border. All the people he's stationing down there. He's got like a soldier, National Guard, or a federal worker, either a state or a federal worker every, 18 feet assigned to the entire border right now? You think that's free? Well, you think those people just stand there vigilant like eunuchs in Middle East, in the Phoenician kingdoms?
He was always blaming Congress and everyone else. As it turned out, we didn't need legislation. We just needed a new president.
Yeah, that's the line they've used a bunch of times. And ultimately, he had to pass legislation, just like Biden was shooting for. A lot of the funding that was in the border bill that Biden negotiated with Republicans, a bunch of that's in the big BS bill. And they're just lying about it. Just acting like it's not in there. And then bragging about how much funding went to the border. What the fuck do you think that money's for? You're not building more wall. It's for personnel and drones.
We inherited the worst border anywhere in the world.
No, I think South Sudan would like a word, or perhaps even Pakistan in terms of Afghanistan, or even Iran in terms of Afghanistan.
And we quickly turned it into the strongest border in the history of our country.
I mean, I think technically speaking, any island nation has probably got a better one.
In other words, in a few short months, we went from worst to best.
Like everything I've done, so shut up, okay?
We're deporting criminals.
Did he break wind again? And he's just like trying to, is that what's happening?
Months, we went from worst to best. We're deporting criminals, restoring safety to our most dangerous cities.
Most dangerous? Most dangerous? I don't know. Danger sounds a lot better with the D on there. I'm just saying. Otherwise, just anger.
Just take a look at Washington, D.C. It's at levels of safety that we've never seen before.
Yes, everything is. They've got everything wrapped in bubble wrap and foam. It's like they toddler-proof the entire city. Every outside plug now has one of those plastic filler things, so your kid doesn't stick a fork in it.
And they decimated the bloodthirsty foreign drug cartels.
They did? Well, all right. They did. Congratulations. Thanks, Joe Biden. I think the word you were looking for was we, but, you know, does it really matter?
And they decimated the bloodthirsty foreign drug cartels. We did that.
We did that. They did. We both did
All
it.
by ourselves with
All by ourselves. They didn't do it, even though I said they did it.
our people, and we're so proud of it because
Sorry?
we did that all by ourselves with our people, and
With our people.
we're so
You mean American citizens? Yeah, the people we use for everything because they're citizens.
proud of it because they were poisoning and destroying our population.
Tui. Puh.
Drugs brought in by ocean and by sea are now down 94%.
Sorry, so 6% of boats are getting through your armada? Explain yourself. Also, based on what? So they're tunneling in?
We have broken the grip of sinister woke radicals in our schools and control over those
Spit bubble.
of sinister woke radicals in our schools and control over those schools is back now in the hands of our great and loving states where education belongs.
Our great and loving states? I honestly thought he was going to say parents. Isn't that the point? Fuck it.
After rebuilding the United States military in my first term, and with the addition we are adding right now, we have the most powerful military.
With the addition we're adding right now, you're putting an addition on like a dormer. But I thought the military for a long time could really use a sunroom. Yeah.
Anywhere in the world, and it's not even close.
Nope, not even close. Well, I mean, it's close if you consider the BRICS nations together and China's kind of phony baloney army. And I mean, ultimately, it depends on what kind of attack you're talking about, I think. You know what's insane? This is just like Atlantic City when Trump came to town. Yeah, it is, Skeets. Yeah, it's this has played out multiple times before. This should be a surprise to no one. This sounds like he's giving a board meeting about his casino as it's failing.
I've restored American strength, settled 8 wars in 10 months, destroyed.
Also, by the way, technically speaking, 2 of the wars he takes credit for in his 8 happened in his first term, but he doesn't know that. Those people added that to his score for this time. Like in total, you've done 8 wars, right? Because it was just 6, and that sounds a little pitiful to him or whatever. You're not going to get a Nobel Prize with 6. What kind of an asshole? So the other 2 allegedly happened during his first term. Also bullshit, but whatever.
the Iran nuclear threat and ended the war in Gaza, bringing for the first
Yes, there's no fighting in Gaza right now. And Iran will never be a threat ever again. Just that's done. Thank God.
time in 3,000 years
Not a shot fired. Kumbaya, my...
peace to the Middle East and secured the release of the hostages, both living and dead.
I mean, he just likes saying the word dead, I think.
Here at home, we're bringing our economy back from the brink of ruin. The last administration and
Oh, I thought you meant from like 2 weeks ago.
their allies
Apparently not.
in Congress looted our treasury for trillions of dollars, driving up prices and everything at levels never seen before.
No, we saw this. This was during COVID under you. That's when almost all of the rescue stuff was signed. Like, whatever, $9 trillion of it was signed under you, which, by the way, was still inadequate, but whatever.
I am bringing those high prices down
Nope.
and bringing them down very fast.
Right. You won't even, like, by the time you leave now, by the time you get to the store, shit is going to be cheaper than it was 2 years ago.
Let's look at the facts. Under the Biden administration, car prices rose 22% and in many states 30% or more.
See, okay, is there any indication of when these actually happened? And also, by the way, if you just pick the highest point post-COVID and pretend COVID didn't exist, what was the loss in revenue for the United States? You know, Trump versus Biden. Last year of Trump, what is it, $22 trillion in lost revenue? Now, granted, that was during COVID, which he said would be over as soon as the sunshine hit the germs, like they were sitting on a banister, you know, in a park someplace. And that booger's only bad because the sun hasn't hit it yet. Otherwise, it's completely safe to roll around between your fingers. This is obviously the COVID numbers versus the post-COVID numbers, and you can't track. Notice there's no date on this as to when. Because obviously, if this is down 9% from 48%, 49%, it's still up 40%. If it's down 0.6% from 10%, it's still up 9.8% right here.
Gasoline rose 30 to 50%. Hotel rates rose.
Yeah, but also, you know, oil was like negative $24 a barrel because the entire world shut down before that.
Rose 37%. Airfares rose 31%. Now, under our leadership, they're all coming down and coming down fast.
They're not coming down fast. Look at that. 0.2%, 0.1%, 1.5%. This is all within the margin. Like this, they're still going up. This is, Jesus Christ. Look at this one. They're covering their own graphic with whatever the fuck this one is. That went up 106%. What is that? Eggs? Probably eggs, right? Yeah. Whole chicken, eggs, down 15% from up 106%.
Democrat politicians also sent the cost of groceries soaring, but we are solving that too.
Nope. I got to tell you, that should be coming down at least at 2 to 2.5%, period. Like anything that wasn't affected by like swine flu or bird flu or a specific supply shock, you know, that's why they should come down that fast. But Jesus Christ, that's not good. Down 15% from 106%. It's still up, whatever, 97%, whatever, 96%.
The price of a Thanksgiving turkey was down 33%.
Uh-huh. Right. Because of bird flu, stupid. Not because of policy. You didn't have, like, Operation Turkey Drop. God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Compared to the Biden last year, the price of eggs is down 82% since March, and everything else is falling rapidly.
That doesn't look rapid. I got to say, 0.1%, 0.2%, 0.1%, 1.5%. 2.5% is the 3.5% is the lowest. Is that ham? Maybe it's a good time of the year for ham. Beef prices are still up. The idea that, like, I can't even, this is their fucking channel. This is the White House's channel. But their text econ horse shit is over their own goddamn graphic.
And it's not done yet, but
No, not even close.
boy, are we making progress.
Boy, oh boy, we're making 0.2% progress.
Nobody can believe what's going
Oh, we can believe it.
on. Here are just some of the efforts that we have underway. You will see in your wallets and bank accounts in the new year.
Both, if not half of, obviously they're, big thing in MAGA where they don't trust banks, so they carry their money around in their
After
pocket.
years of record-setting falling incomes, our policies are boosting take-home pay at a historic pace.
Okay, again, you're picking this from the beginning of COVID when he came in. This is like the whole Obama thing where they were like, more people went on food stamps under Obama than at any other time. It was like, yeah, in the first 6 months he was there, and then they came off them. Dumbass. Okay, hold on one second. I gotta take this real quick. Where is this? Get out of here. It won't work. Okay, never mind.
Under Biden, real wages plummeted by $3,000. Under Trump, the typical factory worker has seen a wage increase of $1,300.
Yeah, but you notice how they say typical factory worker? That's because people are being replaced. Unemployment is up. So people they're like, oh, you can fire this person and give a third of their salary to another person. Or not even that, an eighth of their salary. Because this person can now do the work of two.
For construction workers, it's $1,800. For miners, we're bringing back clean, beautiful coal.
Also, by the way, this is a direct relation to the cost will rise because if you're going to reshore factories and reshore all this stuff, with it comes a cost increase. The labor is more expensive here than it is in other places, and so all of these this is going to translate into a higher cost for the goods they produce.
It's $3,300. And for the first time in years, wages are rising much faster than inflation.
Yeah, because first of all, because you're lying about inflation. Secondly, because the number of jobs is going, of unemployment is unemployment claims is going up. We're at like 4.6% and rising. It was 4 when you came in.
Remember that the wages, just look
Regular wages.
at it. Wages are
Wages.
going up much faster than inflation. How big is that?
Well, first of all, the inflation figures come out tomorrow, whatever. So you're doing this before it comes out. But right now, inflation is up 3%. Nobody's getting a 3% raise this year on average.
Very importantly, there are more people working today than at any time in American history.
Except for last year under Joe Biden.
And 100% of all jobs created since I took office have been in the private sector. Think of that. 100% of all jobs have been in the private sector.
Right, because you fired a bunch of federal workers and they had to go work someplace else. But a lot of them weren't able to find jobs, hence the rise in unemployment.
Rather than government, which is the only way to make a country powerful and great. This historic trend will continue.
Yes, you can definitely not make a country powerful and great with competent people working in its government. Anyways, that's his philosophy, not mine.
Already, I've secured a record-breaking $18 trillion of investment into the United States, which means jobs,
Also a farce.
wage increases, growth, factory openings, and far greater national security. Much of this success.
Okay, now the clock is ticking. So right now, we're about 7 minutes in. He's starting to recognize he's got a lot more speech to go, and he's running out of time. So this is where he starts huffing and puffing.
has been accomplished by tariffs. My favorite word, tariffs, which for many decades have been used successfully by other countries against us.
We use tariffs too. That they have a specific purpose. You didn't invent the fucking concept. It's the blanket tariffs that are stupid. Stupid.
But not anymore.
I don't like it.
Companies know that if they build in America, there are no tariffs.
No, you just pay taxes, and the taxes might be higher than the tariff. So a bunch of them are making that decision and deciding actually they think the tariffs are illegal, so if they just hang out, they don't have to build anything here, and it's cheaper than moving there and paying the taxes on it.
And that's why they're coming home to the USA in
Why would foreigners be coming home to the USA? Explain that to me, America First crowd.
record numbers. They're building factories and plants at levels we haven't seen, AI, automobiles.
They're building AI at levels you've never seen before. Because you can't see AI, but that's
doing what nobody thought was even possible. Not
No, never.
even remotely possible.
Not even close to possible. There are anti-gravity machines, realistic sex robots, self-replicating turkey meat.
Stars.
Whoops, sorry. What was that? All right.
There has never, frankly, been anything like it.
Not ever seen, nobody's ever seen like it, anything you've ever seen, and nobody's ever seen anything like it, like they liked seeing it if they've ever seen it when they like it.
1 year ago, our country was dead. We were
a dead country. It sucked. It was dead and dead. The only reason you're alive right now is because I'm president. And your dreams were dead then. You didn't have any dreams. You weren't even allowed to dream. They would arrest you for dreaming. And now, all you got are dreams. Just keep dreaming, America, because reality sucks right now. It's kind of shitty.
absolutely dead. Our country was ready to fail.
I didn't feel ready to fail. I actually, was it the 4% unemployment just consistently, but even below 4% for a good time? The constant rise in the stock market, the steady increase in oil production without overdoing it to wreck the market? Was it, a fixation on healthcare and like righting past wrongs? Was that what it was?
Totally failed. Now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world.
Yeah, and you know how you could tell? Because I'm telling you are. You know what I mean? It's just like when I'm in a club someplace and I walk up to a lady and she's under the impression I'm not hot. So I walk up to her and I go, hey, I'm the hottest guy in here. Who gives a shit if it's true? Just hey, where you going?
And that's said by every single leader that I've spoken to over the last 5 months.
Nope. And also, I guess a good portion of them would say that because you're a dough-headed fuck and you're easily led around by your ego. So basically, that's how they got they bent you over a barrel. Just tell you you're awesome. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate you.
Next year,
She says, like and subscribe. And I appreciate that. You should have over 100K by now. I agree. You know, I almost, earlier, by the way, this on a side note, I was like, how do we turn the chat to subscriber only? And because I feel like that would be easy, right? I wouldn't do it with member only. I think that's a dick move, right? People do that all the time. I think that's unfair because you have to pay to talk. I don't think that should be right. But asking people to subscribe doesn't sound like that bad an idea, right? Because we get a lot of trolls. And by the way, welcome, maggots. The vertical version of the show apparently is very exciting for you guys. A lot of you are apparently perpetually 14 and watching on your mom's phone, which is fine. But watching it vertical, that it draws a lot of maggots. I would say that they, why not make them subscribe, even with their phony baloney sock puppet accounts where they hate watch me and they're like, God damn, he's charming. How does he do it? One day I'll teach a class. Oh shit! Sorry, 1 second. Every time I push play on that when that page is open, it does that. Oh my gosh, thank you. Hey, Al, I laughed so hard when he said nobody understood that one until about 30 minutes ago. Oh, yes. All right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Here you will
Yeah.
also see the results
You also see. You also
spoken to over the last 5 months. Next year, you will also see the
Next year, you will also see. Now, again, if you listen carefully, when he says that, listen.
that I've spoken to over the last 5 months. Next year, you will also see the results of the largest tax
You see. Maggots, I want you guys to hear that again.
last 5 months. Next year, you will also see the
See. You know, it's not so much that he flubs, because everybody flubs once in a while. But it's the panic when he flubs that I enjoy. So, Maggots, maybe you can explain that to us. Tell us how you feel, Maggots, when you watch him say
that I've
this.
spoken to over the last 5 months. Next year, you will also see the results of the largest tax cuts in American history.
And then, oh, the dry mouth comes. Look at the slurpy dry mouth. he's tongue jet.
That were really
That for
accomplished through our great, big, beautiful bill, perhaps the most sweeping legislation ever passed in Congress.
yes, one of the biggest bills that nobody read all the way through. Wasn't that a complaint you guys had about legislation before? But that's just bullshit, right? I know. It's careful. My worry is that after this is over, that his hair will roll off his head and uh-oh. Took that long to get here from D.C.
We wrapped 12 different bills up into one beautiful bill. That
Yes, and nobody read the context of the whole thing and put it together. Yeah, this is true.
includes no tax on tips, no tax on overtime.
No. Actually, if you make more than $25,000 a year, your tips now get taxed. And in terms of overtime, that'll just keep them from hiring more people, because people will work more overtime because that's money for them, but the employers won't have to hire more people, so they'll just work everybody to the bone who's willing to do it for the extra cash.
And no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. Under these cuts, many families will be saving between $11,000 and $20,000 a year, and next spring is projected to be the largest tax refund season of all time.
Yeah, for OnlyFans.
Because of tariffs, along with the just passed One Big Beautiful Bill, tonight I am also proud to announce
Oh, this is right. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
that more than 1,450,000, think of this,
1,450,000. That's a lot.
that more than 1,450,000, think of this,
Okay, I'm thinking of it. 1,450,000. So 4.5, 45 billion.
1 million.
Oh, I see. 1 million. So yeah, you just misread that. Not a thousand, obviously. 1,450,000 as opposed to 1,450,000. That makes a lot more sense.
1,450,000. Think of this: 1,450,000 military service members will
Yeah. I'm thinking of it. It hurts, but I'm thinking.
receive a special we call warrior dividend.
Warrior dividend. Warriors come out to pay.
For Christmas, a warrior dividend in honor of our nation's founding in 1776.
By the way, this is money that was supposed to go to housing that in the DPAA that just passed finally goes out the door. They're just calling it this. It's just so fucking ridiculous.
We are sending every soldier $1,776.
1776. That extra $6 will do it. You couldn't round it up to 1,800, you fucking prick. You're lucky we went over 1,700.
Think of that. And the checks are already.
So, Cesar says, just as an example, AI has cut 12,000 from my workplace in 2025 with AI. White collar admin will soon be gone. You're absolutely right. What a heartwarming Christmas message. Thanks, Nancy. These are our super chats. Most of us learned about this watching Saturday morning cartoons. He's as clueless as Cobra Commander, and we know he's a fool. Thank you for that, Skeeter. And then, and then Balthanos. Oh, thank you very much again. And then bring back cussing puppets. Oh, that's from yesterday. Okay, I will.
On the way, nobody understood that one until about 30 minutes ago.
We still don't understand it.
We made a lot
Why didn't you just give them around 2,000, you loser?
more money than anybody thought because of tariffs, and the bill helped us along. Nobody
The bill helped us along. It's money allocated by the Congress.
deserves it more than our military, and I say
Yes, because they are legally owed that for housing stipends.
congratulations to everybody. And by the way,
To everybody. By the way, dry mouth.
we now have record enlistment in our military, and last year we had among the worst recruitment numbers in our military's history.
Yeah, that's what happens when unemployment is really low. People have other options, so they don't tend to join the military. But when people are worried about their future, or they're worried about like AI wiping out the workforce, one of the ways they can have long-term financial security is, of course, by joining the military. Which is why Trump hates it, because he views it as a welfare system for, honorable low-income people to work their way up into the upper levels of society. It disgusts him.
What a difference a year makes. In addition, I'm doing what
What
no politician of either party has ever done, standing up to the special interests to dramatically reduce the price of prescription drugs. I negotiated directly with the drug companies and foreign nations,
Drug companies, foreign nations.
which were taking advantage of our country for many decades, to slash prices on drugs and pharmaceuticals by as much as 400, 500, and even 600%.
That's right. Soon you will be paid. If a drug costs you $1, you will be paid $5 to take it. His way to get to 100% employment is to hire everyone in the world's largest drug trial. You will be paid to take drugs.
In other words, your drug costs will be plummeting downward. And
Past rock bottom, I guess.
I used the threat of tariffs to get foreign countries who would never have done it to pay the cost of this giant dollar reduction.
This giant dollar reduction. It's not really like you're going to save hundreds of dollars, but there's this one giant dollar bill that you'll keep.
They stopped ripping us off, and it began as of 4 days ago. There has never been anything like this in the history of our country. Drugs have only gone up, but
Yeah, because of availability, and of course Ozempic showing up on the scene, being with the obesity epidemic in the United States, introducing a drug that costs $1,300 is going to drive up the profits made by a company because it was invented recently. So that's what's going to do it. Not you didn't save this on, I guess, pain relievers and insulin or cancer drugs.
now they'll be going down by numbers never conceived
Thank you, Chloe.
possible. It's called Most Favored Nation, and no president has ever had the courage or ability to get this done until now. The first of these
Also, by the way, they know this is going to happen to some degree because Ozempic is the first GLP-1 that, was like mass marketed to everybody. And now everybody's jumping on and creating their own GLP-1 because they don't own the process. So every pharmaceutical company is going to put that up, and that's going to drive the price down overall anyway. So Ozempic and those guys made a deal to make it available through Medicare and other stuff as for treatment of pre-diabetes and being overweight and all the other ancillary physical maladies that come from that. And they're going to use that. They're basically, by making this deal with the government, they've guaranteed themselves a profit. Whereas they would have had to compete with 10 other companies with 10 other GLP-1s.
unprecedented price reductions will be available starting in January through a new website, trumprx.gov.
He's competing with Bezos's Amazon medicine thing.
And these big price cuts will greatly reduce the cost of health care. I'm also taking on the
Do you think it covers all the really expensive drugs, the ones that save your life ultimately, or just the ones that like insulin, which Biden negotiated, and they're like all the generic drugs, basically anything that could be made generic, or that he hasn't made a deal, or he's made a deal on like Ozempic because they want market share. Do you think the really expensive ones will be in there?
Gigantic health insurance companies that have gotten rich on billions of dollars of money that should go directly to the people. The money should go to the people. That's
Yeah, but the government's not going to pay your fucking insurance premium. Fuck are you talking about? And these health savings accounts are putting forward $1,500 once in an account, and then you can save your own money. Well, thanks a lot. So the tax incentive that goes into helping you pay, monthly, is worth probably, to some people $40,000 to $50,000 a year, on a month-to-month level, like whatever you're saving on, like the high end you would save on the ACA, versus $1,500 in a fucking account. Which, by the way, how long will it take you to save up enough money for the treatment of anything in one of those accounts? What's the interest rate on them? I know they're tax-free, but so fucking what? Why don't you just take the money out and put it in a fucking mattress?
So they can buy their own health insurance, which will give far better benefits at much lower cost.
Sorry, so the government's going to give you money to buy insurance, and that's not going to raise the profits of the insurance companies? Why? Just take out the middleman. Why do you have to give me the money to give to the insurance company? Why don't you just give it directly to them, ultimately?
Will be far better.
This is so fucking goofy.
Better health insurance. The current Unaffordable Care Act was created to make insurance companies
Yeah, Unaffordable Care Act. This is like the Unselect Committee. He's just
rich. It was bad health care at much too high a cost, and you see that now in the steep increase in premiums.
Yeah, the premium increases because you're letting the subsidies expire. And you also got rid of the mandate. You kick 2 tires off a car and go, this car sucks. You're like, well, put the fucking tires back on. Let's see how it outruns your shit.
Demanded by the Democrats, and they are demanding those increases.
What? This is the weird part, too. Like, I don't, this has got to be an inverted sentence. Like, listen to this.
Bad health care at much too high a cost. And you see that now in the steep increase in premiums being demanded by the Democrats, and they are demanding those increases, and it's their fault. It is.
Again, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's literally the opposite is true. Democrats are demanding a vote. I mean, ultimately, demanding a vote on the ACA subsidies, which Mike Johnson whiffed on, and they had to do a discharge petition. 4 Republicans moved over, just like the Epstein files, and signed on to a discharge petition so that they can have a vote on extending the ACA subsidies, a clean one for 3 fucking years. Hakeem Jeffries' plan. It's going to go through because of a discharge petition. Because the Republicans wouldn't bring it up. If anybody's demanding they go up, it's Republicans specifically. Like, this is so odd. And I can't believe he doesn't fucking know this. If he knows anything. That's, I guess, the other part. Because, obviously, moron.
Not the Republicans' fault. It's the Democrats' fault.
Well, I thought you had a plan. Has 2 weeks passed yet?
It's the Unaffordable Care Act, and everybody knew it. Again, I want the money to go directly to the people so you can buy your own health care. You'll get much better health care at a much lower price.
How? Fuck are you talking about? There's no mandate anymore. So are you going to send people money? You're going to give people money to buy insurance. Do they have to buy it with that? If you take money out of the health savings account for something else, you lose your job or some shit like that, do you get taxed on it for that? What if you feel like you'll have a heart attack if you lose your fucking job, and then you lose your fucking job, and the only way you can not have a heart attack is to be able to feed yourself, I guess. Is starvation a recognized medical condition in this?
The only losers will be insurance companies that have gotten rich in the Democrat Party, which is totally controlled by those same insurance companies.
Then go for Medicare for all or a single buyer system.
They will not be happy.
You can show them, man, show those rancid Democrats what you're willing to do with your Medicare for all or your single buyer system. By the way, I don't use single payer because A, that's not how it works. And single payer is how they've made it look like it's more expensive than it is. It's single buyer.
But that's okay with me because you, the people, are finally going to be getting great.
Thank you, Dave. This is what a reporter asked him. Is he a gecko? Otherwise, how the hell did his ear heal? We see it on screen. Oh, yeah. I mean, this is always a farce. Believe me, this is stacking up. The ear thing, wait, the Thomas Crooks thing is stacking up on top of the Charlie Kirk thing, is stacking up on top of the fucking Brown shooting thing. The maggots are flipping out.
Healthcare at a lower cost. Another major focus is the cost of energy. For years, the radical left Democrats exploited the green energy scam as an excuse to funnel many billions of dollars into
look at the cost was really low. I mean, whatever he was doing in early 2020 when energy prices were that low, obviously was magic. He should recreate that. Oh, wait, it was a worldwide pandemic where the entire fucking world shut down and tankers were sitting idle. They were paying people to take oil off them. And then as the world got back to business, America jumped to the front of the line because Americans had more money to spend. So they bought fuel at a very high clip. And then look at this. I don't know what you could say about policy, but whatever the Biden administration did as far as policy looks to me like that's carrying forward. And also, where's this fucking drill baby drill shit going?
Their own massive slush funds as their energy restrictions drastically drove up prices, and they drove them up at record levels. Electricity costs surged.
Also, by the way, COVID wasn't a policy. Getting the country back online after COVID wasn't a fucking policy.
30 to 100% under Biden, and the typical family lost $5,000 to $10,000 in higher energy costs. Think of that, $5,000 to $10,000.
No. They paid that to get access to being out on the road again after a pandemic ahead of the rest of the world.
You lost. On day one, I declared a national energy emergency. Gasoline.
On day one. There's day one. And nothing. We're at this point. Do you think it's going to drop down to the old number? I think it's going to go lower. I think it's going to crash. We're in a glut anyways.
Is now under $2.50 a gallon in
$2.50.
much of the country. In some states, it, by the way, just hit $1.99 a gallon. And within the next 12 months, we will have opened 1,600 new electrical generating plants, a record, and it's a record that won't be beaten by practically, I would say, by anybody.
Except the initial building sprint that happened. Also, these are the ones that are already paid for under the Infrastructure Act. That's what these are. These are replacing the old ones. This is it's like a map of bridges and going, we're going to build all these bridges. Well, yeah, you have to tear down the old bridge and put a new one up.
Or certainly not very soon. Prices on electricity and everything else will fall dramatically.
Yeah, as soon as gas goes to 25 cents a gallon, newspapers will cost a nickel, and a burger will cost whatever Wimpy paid for one.
The Democrat inflation disaster, again, the worst in the history of our country.
Nope.
Also robbed millions of Americans of home ownership and indeed the American dream.
Yeah, I sorry, nobody can take my fucking dreams. I hate this shit. I hate when they do that. I hate when any politician does it, but it's particularly lame when he's talking about it.
The yearly cost of a typical new mortgage increased by $15,000 under Democrat rule.
Yeah, because interest rates went up to compensate for monetary inflation, which is not the problem we have because it was actually supply shock because the Fed is run by Volckerite morons.
In 11 months, we've already gotten that annual cost down by $3,000.
Yeah, because the housing market is collapsing. People are lowering the cost of the house because the interest rates are still high.
It's coming down a lot lower. Wait till you see the numbers are going to be shocking. And I'll
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see if I can show you this. There you go. My little mouth just wants to go away. Hold on. Let's do this. $1 trillion. Right. Let's see. Let's see. This is the... Yeah, here it is. This is what that Redfin's talking about. The Great Housing Reset. This is what Redfin is calling it or whatever. This is my favorite part of the sentence. U.S. homebuyers will start to get some relief in 2026 with affordability improving as income growth outpaces home price growth, because home prices are going down because the interest rate isn't expected to change all that much. Next year will mark the beginning of a long, slow recovery for the housing market. The Great Housing Reset will take shape in 2026. It won't be a quick price correction, and it won't be a recession. Instead, the Great Housing Reset will be a years-long period of gradual increases in home sales and normalization of prices as affordability gradually improves over a decade. I feel so much better, and I'm sure you do too. A long, slow recovery.
soon announce
Like magic. Like no one, a long, slow recovery like no one's ever seen before. Slower than you, so slow you wouldn't believe it.
our next chairman
And longer than my normal
of the
speeches.
Federal Reserve, someone who believes in lower interest rates by a lot and more
By a lot, by cadavering the entire economy by a lot.
mortgage payments will be coming down even further early the new year, and you will see this in the new year.
Oh, by the way, sorry, real quick. This is not mortgage payments, by the way. This is the Biden new yearly mortgage cost increase, which, by the way, mortgages did not go up $14,647 a year on average the entire 4 years Trump was in office. And they have not come down below, they have not come down $16,000. Does anybody actually believe that they went from the Biden high to a Trump negative? No. They're at this point, they came down this much because that was first of all, like materials costs went up and are continuing to go up because of the tariffs. And some asshole, I don't know who it is brooming all the undocumented workers that worked on home building and on office buildings over the last fucking 3 decades, and is making them afraid and making them run away. So the cost of labor on it is going up. The materials cost might go down because nobody's bothering to build.
some of the most aggressive housing reform plans in American history.
All right, well, let's hear. Like what, I normally I wouldn't ask for one, but like what, for example?
Will announce some of the most aggressive housing reform plans in American history. A major factor in driving.
Oh, he's going to announce it later. I'm sorry. That's my bad. Yeah. I would think he would he'd want to announce, maybe like maybe make a hint at what one of those things would be. I don't know. Hold on, I'm going to move this over here so I can use this. Replace. Okay, there we go.
Housing costs was the colossal border invasion.
Yeah, too many roofers came across the border.
We have never been invaded. This is the worst.
That's true. We have never been invaded. Well, I mean, not since 1812, I guess.
Thing that, frankly, in my opinion, the worst thing that the Biden administration did to our country is the invasion at the border. The last administration and
Oh, you mean those 25 to 35 million people you just can't seem to find?
their allies in Congress brought in millions and millions of migrants and gave them taxpayer-funded housing while your rent and housing costs skyrocketed. Over
Yeah, no, it was temporary housing.
60% of growth in the rental market came from foreign migrants. At the same time, illegal aliens stole American
Because there wasn't any growth in the rental market?
jobs and flooded emergency rooms, getting free health care and education paid for by you, the American
Sorry, they were taught a skill while they were in the emergency room?
taxpayer. They also increased the cost of law enforcement by numbers so
Law enforcement? I thought that's what they came here to do. Sorry. I thought that's what they came here to do. Enforce a good lawn. No? All right.
high that they are not even to be mentioned. For the
Yeah, don't even. Hey. Shh. Don't. They're not. Don't even talk about it. Are you crazy? Don't say whatever it is he was just talking about.
paid for by you, the American taxpayer. They also increased the cost of law enforcement by numbers so high that they are not even to be mentioned.
How much is that? Sorry, what the budget went up unmentionably in law enforcement? How did they allocate the funds if they can't say it out loud? Did they whisper it in the meetings? The city councils go, I'm going to write it on a piece of paper. I'm going to slide it to you. Don't say what you see.
For the first time in 50 years, we are now seeing reverse migration as migrants go back home, leaving more housing and more jobs for Americans. In the year before my election,
Yes. The kind of jobs Americans dream of doing.
all net creation of jobs was going to foreign migrants.
Net. That's, you know why? Because by and large, the average American already had a fucking job.
Since I took office, 100% of all net job creation
100% of all net.
has gone to American-born citizens.
Horseshit. H-1B visas, anybody?
100%.
Yeah, of course. 100%. 100% net. Also, 0 people crossing the southern border. 0. Not a person. You can take those numbers to the bank as long as it's Deutsche Bank and Russia is backfilling the loan.
In the end, government either serves the productive, patriotic, hardworking American citizen
Or it serves the lazy, disenfranchised, and in some cases disabled or impoverished or sick and Americans, and we can't have that because those people need to learn how to bootstrap, am I right?
serves those who break the laws, cheat the system, and
You mean you?
seek power and profit at the expense of our nation.
Yeah, you mean like your entire time in New York, West Palm, and your entire first term? And your fucking, like, shitcoin nonsense that you're doing?
Look at Minnesota, where Somalians have taken
Somalians, which is like a lot of people.
over the economics
It's like 14 Somalian.
of the state and have stolen billions and billions of dollars from Minnesota and indeed from the United States of America. And we're going to put an end to it. For so long as before my election,
So long as before.
the vast majority of good and decent Americans were forced to watch as corrupt politicians plundered the halls of power.
Hung out with Jeffrey Epstein, flew all over in his plane and flew him around on their planes, promising him wealth and power, and then when they got into a position of power, turning on him and possibly killing him in his own cell with the help of some black ops people so that they could get away with the crimes they committed when they were hanging out with him, allegedly, you know.
Exploited our taxpayers and pillaged every system that makes civilized society function.
But enough about Trump Taj Mahal.
But not anymore, and you see
Not anymore.
that every day.
You see it all the time, except if you pay any attention to what Don and Eric are doing.
Not anymore.
Never again.
We're putting America first, and we are making America great again. Very simple. We are making America great again.
Yeah, we're doing it, okay? I said I was going to do it, and we're doing it. May not look like it, and, you know, maybe we just have a disagreement about what great means. I'm doing great. I live in a gold leaf fucking castle now instead of this boring White House nonsense. There's so much gold leafing around here. It looks like Scrooge McDuck ejaculated in the Oval Office. And then I'm building a shitty, overpriced ballroom that I could sell the secret tunnel through it to our foreign enemies after I get out of here if I'm pissed off. And
Tonight, after 11 months, our border is secure. Inflation is stopped.
Nope.
Wages are up.
Inflation is up, by the way. It's at 3%. It's at 3%. It's climbing up. And it will go up if you want to reshore stuff. Even if you are generous about this. If you're talking about like moving all these factories home and building shit here versus paying the tariffs, both of those things will raise prices. Tariffs will raise prices and building shit here will raise prices. Here it'll be because of the resources and where you have to get them from, and you might have tariffs on those resources, and then the labor costs will be higher than they will be in some impoverished Southeast Asian country, obviously. So of course prices are going to go up. And of course inflation will go up. And you either have to sell that as, look, gas is, the cost of oil is going to go up if we stop buying from the Middle East. And we don't want to buy oil from people who are trying to kill us or hate us. So Americans, it's time to suck it up. Gas is going to be $1 more, period, over everybody else. But we will never have to worry about them fucking with our economy again. That's the kind of leadership you have to do. Same thing is true about reshoring factories. We're going to open more factories. Car factories are going to be open here. Goods and services will come from inside the United States. That means because we want our people to have a living wage and be able to actually participate in society, the prices are going to go up. But that money stays here in the United States and helps us build the country. Like, that's how you have to sell it. If you're not willing to do that, if you think you're going to bring prices down by bringing factories here, what the fuck do you think they sent factories overseas for in the first fucking place? To make the goods cheaper.
Prices are down. Our nation is strong. America is respected.
So says I.
And our country is back, stronger than ever before. We're poised for an economic boom the likes.
Yes, we're very poised right now. That's a key part of this whole thing is that we're not feeling it now, but we're poised.
Of which the world has never seen. Soon we will host the World Cup and the Olympics, both.
Right, both of which will make way more money than you've ever seen before, and will basically, those two things are going to pay for everything I've said I'm going to do. Basically, we're just going to charge people to fly here and play soccer.
Of which I got. But most importantly, we will celebrate the 250th anniversary of the
anniversary. I don't know if you know that word. It's the anniversary of adversity. And so it's a special word we use for the American Revolution. In case you're watching from another country, that's a very important word, anniversary, because it's thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Ron. Oh, I appreciate that. I'm trying. Anniversary. Shit. I got my degree from anniversary. We're going to celebrate it, though. You guys ready to celebrate the anniversary? Ugh. It's painful.
Soon we will host the World Cup and the Olympics, both of which I
FIFA
got. But most importantly, we will celebrate the 250th anniversary of the...
Yes, the 250th anniversary. I have to say, I don't want to pat myself on the back, but coming up with anniversary of adversity from that hornswoggle is pretty damn good. I could do a better job than Caroline Levitt apologizing for this dipshit. I just wouldn't. Do you guys realize what you're losing by alienating the likes of me?
Declaration of Independence. There could be no more...
There could be no more...
...of the Declaration of Independence. There could be no more fitting tribute.
There could be no more fitting... all right, what do you think? Umlauts over certain words that shouldn't be there? Or certain things are underlined and he doesn't notice in the dashes that all of them are underlined, so he doesn't know to, like, focus on those phrases. You know, in new teleprompters, you can highlight a piece. And put it in all caps and highlight it if you want to. Maybe you don't have to underline shit or put little markers in. Like they have full graphic, like fucking 4K teleprompters now. I don't. Maybe he knows a multimillionaire who could afford one and maybe gift it to him.
To this epic milestone, then to complete the comeback of America that began just 1 year ago. When the world looks at us next year, let them see a nation that is loyal to its citizens, faithful to its workers, confident to its identity, certain to its destiny,
and confused in its linguistical flabbity-sabbity-doo.
And the envy of the entire globe. We are respected again like we have never been respected before.
Yes, we have it. We were, in the old days, we were respected by in a way that looked like respect. Now we're respected in a way that looks like mockery and laughter and finger pointing and you know, cursing, but that's just the new respect. That's the new hotness. Instead of being dead, we're the hottest and the most respected. Ladies, what's going on? So what a great club, huh? Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but I'm the hottest, most respected guy in this club. Yeah, he's taller and got a nicer suit, but that's not the important part. You got to understand, I, even though I am broke, am the richest guy here. And also, where are you going? Come back. All right.
To each and every one of you, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless you all.
I made it. So that was the big speech, and it was. Look, say what you will. Why the fuck? What was the thing? Jane, my thing. What is my window doing? I guess I know I can do this. Hold on. Enjoy your. Oh, there we go. All right, it jumped over. It's just being weird. Okay. I know you think like, you know, it's that people in. Let's see, where am I going to find this? Hold on. I'm sure all of MAGA loved the speech as much as I did. It was incredible. I thought it was gripping. It was sharktastic. I felt like I was moved by everything that was said in it. Also, hold on, I've got to grab something here. That just came up. This one right here. We'll back this up. So I know that overall, what is this? Jump back to here. It takes a second. I know what I need to do. I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to go to, let's just do a fade transition. Done. Okay, I think this might be the problem. There we go. Better. Yeah. Somehow my transition was being weird. It just didn't want to do it. So there you are, chat room. Also, well, I just want to show you like just how the right of the Reich even is super excited about this. If I can get the page to change, let's go back to here. Hold on. There we go. Why is this page? It just doesn't want to do that page at all? Is that weird? Okay. Curious. What would that be? Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Yeah. Hang on, bid cap in this. Oh yeah, okay. So it's jumping over there. Am I in? Yeah. I'm waiting for my screen to change because it just doesn't want to do it. Here's me by myself. Here's this one. Then I go to the. There we go. Or no. See, it just want to jump to that one. Why would that be? Okay. Back to here. All right. I'm going to try something else. Let me give me 1 second. This would be the here. And... oh, yeah. Okay. This is just being weird. Okay. And then back to here. And what the hell? Something's wonky with my streaming software right now. It's just being all dickish. Can't figure out why. Maybe I'm on... should be an editor. Let's go to chat. Okay. I'm just going to switch to Windows, but it doesn't seem to want to do it. That's good. All working out very well. It literally doesn't want to go to... okay, back to here. Back to here. Okay. And then... yep. It'll allow me to do that, but then it won't allow me to go to this one. Hold on. I'm gonna do this real quick. See it popping around. There you go. And then there you go. All right, this should be it, but it's stuck on chat, which I don't mind. That's fine. But it won't let me access the chat window in this situation. Why would that be? Let's see. Maybe. Let me see. Close this. This is a curious little thing that's happening, chat room. Apparently I'm being attacked by the deep state via Streamlabs. Let's try this. Get out of here. This is my solo guest one, and it won't go there. There you go. Curious. Should I pop back up with a variance in hour 2? I feel like it'll just take a second and then it can catch up with what's going on. Closing that window. Closing that window. It's one of those situations where the software I'm using... let's see. I'm going to duplicate this one. And did it allow me? No, it did not. Duplicate. How about that? Did it allow that? Nope. I can see the audio down here, but can you guys hear me okay? Dumb. This is annoying me. Why would this be like this? Why software, why would you do this? Why would you get stuck on this? Why would you get stuck on the screen this way? All right. I'm going to, let's see. I don't even know if I can end the show this way properly. I'm going to sign off early, and then I'm going to come back with a special program because I'm being annoyed by the software, which I will have to restart. Wish me luck. Hit the like, share the show. And I shall return.
The screen glows bright with a crooked smile. Words spill out. All venom, no style. Promises made.
This goes out to Trump's
They
speechwriter.
ride in the air. A handshake alive.